There seems to be no end in sight for the rant. But then again, there seems to be no end in sight for my excruciating agony. And yes, this rant is about the opposite sex. What that? I'm just a mean guy? No, sorry, that's just wrong, and I will get to that. Well, it never ceases to amaze me how horrible girls in the San Francisco Bay Area are. I mean, truth be told, I used my nude MySpace account to get around that unfair blocking I'm sorry I've mentioned before over the New Year's greeting. I was polite in requesting not to be blocked so cheaply like last time. But guess what? Yep, that's right. I get blocked cheaply again! Not even so much as a word in response. Really, you'd think girls like them would be decent fellows. But no, that would make too much sense. Well, I'll just get around this blocking as well and link it straight to the video, because I wanted to see how much of a B-word she is now. Oh, while I'm on the topic of seemingly decent girls, let me talk about the actions of another one. You may have caught on that I mentioned about the sisters of mine being much older than me in an earlier video. I believe it was the one about pretending to be happy. Please don't ask me to check right now. I just wanted to get this out of the way. Well, I was hinting that I had figured out some time ago that a certain female, born late 1983, had snuck around behind my back at one point, only a freaking month after I got back in California. At that point, I hadn't even met a certain rat who... Well, let's just say it was a bad idea trying to search it for a certain group. Well, what she did was talk to the sisters of mine with accusations of stalking behind my back. And with me being outright powerless in any direct conflict with siblings, let alone parents, God forbid if they abuse their numbers on me, which they do, the rest is history. Okay, the whole thing is just wrong, because I was not stalking her. The only thing you can possibly accuse me of would be being overeager, which for starters requires me to have any amount of luck, which I clearly do not with things like this. And even if I was, it far from covers how ridiculously lopsided its conflict was. And not to mention the fact that I didn't tell her to other contact the damn relative of mine, so she's clearly guilty of hypocrisy. I don't know how I didn't catch on to this for the longest time. Well, I figured it out not too long after another girl had done a similar thing. The charges were lighter, granted, but sneaking around like what she did. And how did she figure out whom to talk to quickly anyway? I sit away from the damn relatives of mine at movie theaters, and I was in my Halloween costume for personal reasons, so it's not like she had seen my face. To the certain 24-and-a-half-year-old girl who I had talked about, if you are by chance listening to this, and I personally really hope you do, I hope you can afford to pay attention, because listen carefully. I don't make moves without forethought, and I don't like scaring girls I happen to like. If I didn't apply, I wouldn't have figured this out. I don't care if girls get scared quickly, because girls like you are simply trash. I hope you and all the girls who give me this sort of grief get raped. Horribly. It would serve you right. The relatives? They're guilty just for siding with the girl, and simple as that. But that's news that they're being bothersome, like they have been for God knows how long. You people might be saying I bring this upon myself, but no, that's BS. At the time, I'm being nice, and the girls treat me like garbage anyway. Most of the other time, I'm simply PO'd, and if you can't see that, you should look more carefully. And if you refuse to, then this rant clearly applies to you. Oh, God. The day when I become married to some wonderful lady can't come too soon. Really, these stupid, shallow idiots deserve to be mocked out for spreading the HIV virus too. I took health in 9th grade, and I can't believe it's increased by 50% around San Francisco. I don't care if health classes get ignored. You think HIV or smoking or things like that would be treated with more serious regard? Wait a minute! Am I being a conscious audition for the Tin Knot Lady? No! What? And I'm making a cool